and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies that most influenced video games. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the films whose style, content, characters, or story had the biggest impact on video games. Number 10, The Rock. A cornerstone of the 90s action scene, The Rock follows an unlikely pair of heroes sent to infiltrate Alcatraz when it's taken over by ex-military domestic terrorists.
You made a terrible mistake, and more of our brothers have died in vain. Damn you for forcing me into this position.
The film's depiction of the military has been influential on a number of modern shooter games, particularly Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which even recreated some of the film's major moments, including the famous shower room scene. Given Modern Warfare 2's impact on FPS games, it's fair to say that The Rock has had a significant effect on the genre overall.
Well, gee whiz, John, I guess we ought to get going, huh?
Whatever you say, Stanley.
Number 9, Big Trouble in Little China.
So beggars can't be choosers.
But I can.
This 80s cult hit from John Carpenter sees a truck driver in a tank top and his martial artist friend facing off with a series of bad guys in Little China. Plenty of fighting in the streets ensues, with the villains displaying a range of mystical powers.
What's going on here? Is this some kind of
Magic. The darkest magic.
The street combat, outlandish enemies, and setup clearly influenced many beat-em-up games, like the Double Dragon or Streets of Rage series. In addition, the appearance of the Three Storms, and lightning in particular, should look familiar to anyone who's played Mortal Kombat, as the series basically copied him when they created Raiden.
I will destroy our enemies before they destroy us, starting with you.
Number 8, Saving Private Ryan.
No armor has been in the store. We got no DD tags on the beach. Dog 1 is not open.
Set during the Second World War, Saving Private Ryan follows a group of American soldiers as they fight their way through France to retrieve the movie's titular character. The film's unflinching aesthetic and commitment to authenticity was a big influence on modern shooter games, particularly those set during World War II, such as the Call of Duty and Medal of Honor franchises. Its influence can also be seen, however, in games set in more fantastic environments, such as Gears of War. Steven Spielberg's masterful depiction of the gritty, visceral reality of war made for a shocking, emotional film that inspired new visual standards in gaming. Number 7, Blade Runner. Ridley Scott's sci-fi masterpiece has had as much of an impact on video games as it did on cinema.
Like tears in rain.
Based on Philip K. Dick's novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, it follows an android hunter as he tracks fugitive replicants through a bleak yet beautiful future Los Angeles. Its neo-noir industrial aesthetic and brooding protagonist, played by Harrison Ford, have become staples of the genre, an influence that can be seen clearly in cyberpunk games like Perfect Dark and the Deus Ex series. Blade Runner showed us things people wouldn't believe, and inspired others to do the same.
We're so happy you found us.
Number 6, Rambo: First Blood Part 2. The second film in the Rambo franchise sees John Rambo tasked with rescuing POWs from the Vietnamese jungle. A plethora of video games take their cues from First Blood Part 2, since its setting and macho one-man army of a lead make for an excellent action game template.
You don't seem to understand something. I'm in charge here. You're just a tool.
Oh, and let's not forget the ridiculously high body count. Arcade-style shooter titles like the Contra and Metal Slug series emulate these aspects of the film well, to the point where we have to wonder if Rambo used the Konami code himself. Number 5, the Indiana Jones franchise. George Lucas and Steven Spielberg's pulp adventure films have influenced popular culture in countless ways. The titular character's treasure-hunting escapades inspired game franchises like Tomb Raider and Uncharted, while the traps and puzzles found in the ancient locales that Dr. Jones explores were echoed in The Legend of Zelda. Even the hero's signature whip gave rise to the tool's popularity as a video game weapon, such as Belmont's whip in the Castlevania franchise. The name Indiana Jones is synonymous with adventure, so it's no surprise that his films inspired so many adventure games. Number 4, The Thing. Would you look at that? Another John Carpenter movie. This film follows a group of scientists in Antarctica battling a grotesque shape-shifting alien monster. The title creature's gruesome, body-altering properties have been imitated by more than a few video game monsters over the years, from the metamorphic zombies of the Resident Evil series to the parasitic aliens from the Halo franchise, The Flood. The Thing inspired body horror in audiences, and a new body of horror is crafted by video game developers as well.
Whether we make it or not, we can't let the thing freeze again. Maybe we'll just warm things up a little around here.
Number 3, Enter the Dragon. This Bruce Lee classic sees the actor fighting in a martial arts tournament on a private island, taking on a diverse array of combatants with different skill sets. If that premise sounds familiar, then you've probably played, well, pretty much any given fighting game. Franchises like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken all owe thanks to Enter the Dragon for providing their essential framework, although they also generally involve much more outlandish contestants. Several of them do feature heroic characters based on Bruce Lee, though, such as Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. Number 2, the Star Wars franchise.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yep, a bit obvious, but you'd be hard-pressed to find a medium since A New Hope's release that hasn't been influenced by Star Wars. The epic space opera has left its mark on virtually every space-related video game out there, particularly those involving dogfights like Star Fox or Wing Commander. The franchise from a galaxy far, far away has also led to the rise of laser sword imagery, such as in No More Heroes. It's almost impossible to overstate the impact of Star Wars on pop culture, and its effects on video games were definitely for the best.
Its energy surrounds us and binds us.
Number 1, Aliens. Besides being a superb sci-fi action film, Aliens was also very influential on video gaming. The terrifying xenomorphs helped inspire a bevy of enemies in games, while the movie's female protagonist influenced female leads like Samus Aran in the Metroid series. But perhaps its greatest contribution to video games was the fact that it helped popularize the idea of space marines.
Get them out of there! Do it now!
Shut up!
If not for this film, would we have gotten the likes of Doom or Halo? Either way, we probably